if I don't see Havertz on that pitch starting up that front, I'm going to panic in that game. I don't know how you guys feel, because he just makes everything tick for us, and I don't want. But you're right, what you're saying, Shaw. You know, after this game, he's going to go off and play 2 games for Germany. He's going to come back. When is
what
he
shaking your head for, Turkish?
All of a sudden, Havertz has turned into Zidane, and we can't do nothing without him. Southampton at home, we're going to worry.
Oh, no. Whoa. Let's get on. I'm going on Sharoy's point here, Turkish. But how
are you going to panic against Southampton with no Havertz? What's going on?
No, because of the replacement. I mean, exactly what I'm alluding to. What Sharoy's saying, like, you know, we shouldn't be, should we? Should be going like another centre forward comes in, you ain't got a problem. But I haven't got a problem if Sterling plays in place of Martinelli on Saturday. I ain't got a problem if you play Wanyeri in place of Trossard. I'm not bothered if he's left out on Saturday, Rice. I am with Havertz, and because of the Jesus, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that it's the you know. I know.
Lee, I agree with you. I agree with you. I don't think panic. I wouldn't say panic. But yeah, if Kai Havertz isn't starting and it's Jesus starting this game, listen, I'm not sitting there going, well, that's it, drop point. But Kai Havertz has now got 6 goals in 6 games at the Emirates. He's been big in big games that we've needed him to be. You start to think, the team has got used to playing with him as a focal point, and the way Jesus has played recently, I'd be more worried about that drop-off than if, you know, another player to miss out.
Havertz has had a very good start to the season, don't get me wrong, but I think we're going a bit too far. If Jesus starts one game and scores a brace, that's all he has to do to put pressure back on Havertz.
I agree.
Start to the season, but it's not like he's outrageously gone ahead of him, and now Jesus can't. If Jesus starts against Southampton and scores 2 goals, we're having a conversation moving forward about, can we play Jesus here again? I think we're quite early in this, like, whole, we can't, you know, without Havertz, we're going to be a completely different side. I just don't see that.
No, but have Jesus's cameos make you feel?
No, are you going to concede he's going to be a good player when he wins the Ballon d'Or? Are you going to be a little bit? Are you going to concede that he's a good player?
Yeah, but you're dreaming.
What has this man got to do for you? Like, what has he got to do? Like,
you're dreaming. You're dreaming. If we were mentioning Ballon d'Or and we're panicking against Southampton without Havertz, and you're coming to me, I think you have to look at yourself and ask, is everything okay?
Jesus hasn't.
It's like Sterling. Sterling's come on and done fuck all apart from Bolton. If he starts against Southampton and scores 2 goals, pressure's on Martinelli.
That's what you want, though. Is that what?
No, but it is what we want. But let's not say Havertz has done. Like, Havertz is gone now, and like, we cannot live without him. That's what will make it. No.
It's not that we can't live without him as a team. And because Lee very kindly said that he was responding to my point when Turkish nearly turned off his camera, I'm going to have to be the one to defend it. So thanks for that.
But he said he panicked, though. That's different.
I know. But what I was saying there is, if Gabriel Jesus is starting, I'm then slightly less confident that our goal is going to come from our centre forward. And I'm not panicking against Southampton because we've got enough elsewhere on the pitch to still absolutely dismantle that team. But I'm then looking at other areas of the pitch for the goal. Whereas if Havertz was on, I'd find it more likely than not that he was going to score in that game. That's what I meant by that. And that's my point. That's not me saying that Kai Havertz is a Ballon d'Or winner. That's not me saying that Gabriel Jesus is done. But what was going on here?
I'm glad you clarified that, so that can stay in the bottom right corner, that Ballon d'Or claim.
Fine. I'll leave it there.
That first 4 months of Jesus before the knee injury was unbelievable. And you get that version, and Kai Havertz has a problem. He does. But we haven't seen that.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen anywhere near that. And, you know, it's funny, Tosh, because you mentioned Sterling, and I was trying not to bite. But in my opinion, Sterling, at least against Bolton, showed something. I've seen like close to nothing, 0. And I'm just like, and that's where I think.
Yeah, man, the guy signed for us, put the number 9 on his back. He's not scoring goals. Like, don't be shy. Why we
fine, because I feel mean because we just won and we're playing really well, and I really like him, and it's not his fault he had a bad knee injury, but we've seen close to nothing. So I think Lee makes a really good point that if we're losing Kai Havertz, that does feel like a bigger drop than it should feel like. I actually think Lee's got a good point. I would be a bit apprehensive if we're missing Kai Havertz. That's the point where I don't think we'll win the game, but I'll be like, oh, that's annoying because he's been reliable. We can rely on him at the moment.
If we're missing Saka, we're doomed. If we're missing Raya, we're doomed. If we're missing Saliba, we're doomed. There's certain players that
sure
it's not.
Saka's our best player. Who's putting Havertz as our best player? I mean, Havertz would do well to crack the top 5, and that's not a criticism because you've got Saliba, Odegaard, Rice, Saka, lots of other top players. But Saka's our best player, so I'd expect it to be somewhat difficult to replace him. But Havertz, Jesus, it wasn't that big of a discussion before, whereas now, before it didn't feel like a massive gap. This is also complementary to Kai Havertz.
Yeah,
this is also he's playing really.
People are going to think I'm dissing Havertz. The comments are already. I haven't dissed Havertz once. I haven't dissed Havertz once. All I'm saying is saying we're going to panic without him is so disingenuous because that's far from true. And if you're going
I don't care what anybody says, Turkish. I'll be really. If we go in on Saturday, we've all alluded, we should
Southampton at home.
At Southampton at home. And Havertz is rested and Jesus is in. I am going to be nervous. I know I am, and I think I'll go back to the Aston Villa game.
We're not in a good place then.
That's all I'm saying.
Good place as you'd like to make it seem then. You're not as confident as you like to make it seem then. Because if you think Havertz not being on the lineup against Southampton at the Emirates is going to make you nervous, Lee, we've got 33 games to go after that, mate. Like,
he makes us tick. Us tick. I'll tell you what. If we say, like, if I'm in a meeting with the manager and Mikel says to me, I'm thinking of resting Havertz because we've got
bigger games
game coming up and whatever, and he's like, what do you reckon? I go, yeah, play Trossard there.
You'd say that.
Yeah, I would say play Trossard.
No, that's not my yeah. I don't care if it's Jesus or Trossard or whoever. I'm just saying it's not panic stations if Havertz is unavailable for a game against Southampton.
I'm not confident.
Arteta would be very naive to build a side where if you take out one guy that he brought in as a midfielder who's now a striker, it all kind of makes us nervous. No, we got to rate the guy higher than that. He's shown we've lost bigger players than Havertz, and he's Odegaard. We lost. 3 weeks ago, we wouldn't have dared speak about this team without Odegaard. And look at what we've done since: Tottenham, Man City, Atalanta away, PSG at home.
Yeah,
Let's not do this with Havertz because it's going to make me. People are going to think I'm hating on him. No,
no, you're not hating him.
Let's not put a case on him. The bat signal out there, like he's going to save Gotham. Like they're saying.
I'll chuck out a game, Turkish. Right? What's been our worst performance of the season?
Worst performance of the season.
Atalanta for me.
Atalanta.
Yeah.
Who was up front?
Probably Atalanta.
Yeah, and Havertz wasn't that guy up front. That's my problem. You know what I mean? Like, I think if he doesn't play up front, there's going to be a massive drop. That's not bigging him up as this. I think that worries me. You know what I mean? Like,